Alright, good morning, July 22nd, 2026. A little bit of a late start this morning, so I'm going to try to quickly cruise through these. Yesterday we had two huge Chinese runs. One was a real estate and one was a drug manufacturing company. So we'll be taking those into account this morning. Otherwise it was pretty quiet yesterday, except we had like a Canadian, what was that? Comms. So yeah, primarily Chinese again. So just going to cruise through these real quick. Okay, yesterday those runners, they happened around like 8 to 9 a.m. So I have a new scanner, or an old scanner, but I recently put it back on to check for momentum bursts during the day in case something's not setting up pre-market. It'll alert me if anything comes on that scanner later, so I don't miss any of these massive runs that pick up later in the day. Well, I was just looking for pre-market activity right now. Just make sure I'm not leaving anything out. Check the scans. It's been a pretty quiet market other than those, I call them the Chinese Behemoths. Just kind of coming out of nowhere, just massive volume. So I'm hoping to be able to line up on one of those. Not today. So So, but that might not be until a little bit later after the market opens. Definitely have China on the radar again. Pretty big volume on Kappa. Kappa, I believe, is a US bio. Let me just double check on that. Yeah, US bio healthcare, California based, cash positive, warrants at 140. So, not within the sector this week, but we'll keep an eye on it just to see how it behaves. Huge sell-off. Trib. And that's reverse split. Okay, so that's it for that list. Let's see if I missed anything. What is LABT? LABT is US Biohealthcare. Just released data. Somehow ran quite a bit after hours yesterday. Looks like negative cash. Otherwise safe. So just put that up for now. LABT, SBC. I don't care too much about these. I'm really looking for those Chinese behemoths. That's what I want to line up on today. It's a quick list there. I'll come back and sort through it. All right, quick break. Okay. GPT. Research catalyst, basically kappa, something with a bear. Okay, definitely not within sector. ZCMD. That's the Chinese one. Mask. Not looking that great. Guess looks like primary mover is the ZCMD here. Big volume in the open. So might get some follow through later today. I'm kind of looking at that 180. And potentially in the 170s. Actually, I might feel more comfortable a bit lower since it's not technically a recent first day. I don't know. Just put it here and see how it looks when it's down there, or if it even gets down there. CPH has a day 2, technically. Nothing crazy on the volume there. Looks like 3 minutes till market opens. Looks like a 3-month bounce here off of long term. We saw that yesterday as well. Looks like it actually happened yesterday. So pretty much just ZCMD for me. LABT US Bio looks good pre-market structure, but it would have to get pretty low for me to get interested. It's already up in the 6s. Kappa still not really within, well, not at all within sector as far as China goes. So let's see, first day, Kappa. Keep it on the radar, but I don't need to watch it today necessarily. Okay. So you have potential crack through, hopefully to the 180s. And hopefully take a bounce to VWAP. Hopefully quickly off the open. We'll see how it goes. these don't set up, I'm gonna be patient and kind of wait until around like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Pacific time and see if anything comes up on the momentum scanner. So it could be moving out the gate. Huge push. Massive volume. I think it just halted. So yeah, instant push from 214 all the way up to like 288. Just a couple seconds. That's a big move. Let's see if anything else has popped up. There's another China. $300 million shelf, no restrictions. Company is very cash flow positive, or not cash flow, but cash positive. Okay, so looks like that was that morning dip. Okay, just keep it on the radar. ZCMD is definitely halted. Big volume here. I'd only consider it today if it does break through 3. Which is 3, like just kind of support around the 3 area, so maybe the 290s. The potential trade here at 96. Let's consider it. Still halted. Such massive volume came in. Could open up way higher, could it open up lower? Good push on AHL. Okay. Still halted. CBAT or LABT. I hope could give us a crack potentially down into here. Looks like the volume's kind of drying up a bit. Yeah, ideally I'd want it lower. I think I'll just wait on that one. Decent volume there. I'd still like to see it crack. farther. Ideally, it's kind of 240 area. And then potentially to VWAP, which would be great, huge range there. Keeps pushing, big volume, a potential pull at 72. It is big volume. All right, I mean, it's still less than a mil, but it is pushing. China, industrials, cash positive. Potentially that 72 pull. Big sell off there, pre-market. CPHI. Still halted ZCMD. It's like a 13-minute halt. Okay. Big volume again. Looks like it's gonna push pretty hard upwards. I don't know if we're gonna get that crack into the twos ever again. Could still happen. Duo, I believe, is Chinese educational services, something like that. Duo, yeah, China or real estate. Well, I was off a little bit. I feel like they switched companies or something. But okay, so China real estate. I think that was on the radar yesterday, right? Yeah, China real estate. Okay. So awards $0, 640. Yeah. potentially on the radar if we get volume that comes in, like ideally a blast of volume above 100K. Duo is a big runner historically. So let's see on that. Check on oil real quick. Oh, oil squeezed. Pretty low volume though. Yeah. Okay, nothing unusual. Still halted. This is the longest halt I've seen this year so far. Looks like CHI could be coming down. Nice, might get a VWAP touch on AEHL. Was hoping for that pull before that. Nope, just hit VWAP. That's a pretty nice move there. Canada Bio, not within the sector. Okay, otherwise pretty quiet morning. I'm just kind of waiting on that momentum. Some of these Chinese stocks, see if anything comes through. I'm looking at Duo. I'd like to see a big blast of volume, and then I'll get more interested. Ideally, the first blast over 100K, and then look for an entry. A huge push again on AEHL. Just got over 1 million volume. You could still get a crack to the 72 area, which would still be interesting. It's kind of a good dip buy, looks like right here off that like 80 cent support. But I'd still like to see it crack more. So it looks like it unhalted all the way up to 418. Insane. Just massive moves this week. Like someone could have doubled their account pretty much in 13, 14 minutes, however long that took. But you'd have to sit through a halt, which is really stressful. But this week, I think I've seen pretty much every haul has been to the upside. Well, it's not necessarily true, but the majority. Just went to the moon. It's not even registering on the tape anymore. This could literally go to like $100 with the range here. Like 118, I don't know. Easily 20. I just wish I'd gotten like a little bit just down here. I didn't really have much of a chance up there. This one, I'd like to see a crack to the low 70s. Although 77 is a good number. Trying to bounce off that 77, which is a legit trade, but still I want to see it pull a little harder just because it's on sort of the backside. It's not a true day one. It's just sort of a little bounce off of this main move here. Chinese Bio popped up. 19 cents, over a million volume. It could be a runner. Pretty low price though. It's Hong Kong textiles. Not quite China, but close. Keep an eye on it. 418. CHI wants to come down to the low 40s. pull. This could open up at like $10. Who knows? Let's see, where is this even coming from? Potential entry here in the 14s would be ideal. Is it going to crack through? That's what I don't like about these low price stocks is you don't really know where they're going, and they always pull way farther than you might anticipate. Still big volume to the upside. Looks like a good low level here at 13. Just see what would have happened. Still halted ZCMD. This could be the behemoth of the day. Some momentum on this U.S. industrials. Two really nice VWAP bounces on this run. Pretty big volume. Actually just took this one off my radar yesterday and I decided to run this morning. Yeah, not quite within what I'm looking at as far as sector wise, but powerful run for sure. Looks like macros are mostly down. Still halted. Looks like that 13 was the bottom on that pull there. It's good to see at least some US stocks back in play. So nothing else so far. A risky trade at 150 if this pulled back to VWAP for a third time. Be kind of a halt down area too, so it is pretty risky. Ideally, you'd want to catch like the first VWAP or even the second bounce on this kind of momentum, but I did not see it. It wasn't on my radar. Let's check these. Okay, so that's still it for the day. I'm gonna check for if there are any entries available. See a pretty nice bounce off that 13 there. That's a pretty crazy shot. If someone were to take it, just wanted to see what happened. But really quick bounce off 13 back up to 16. Low 72 area could still work. It's definitely moved around a bit, but still got a lot of life left in it, looks like, volume wise. Potentially like low 140s, like 136-ish. That's already pretty high up there. It's not really within this sector either, which is kind of concerning. At least this one doesn't seem halty. It's a US stock. That's a little bit more reasonable, I think, than the Chinese ones. Looks like it's trying to recover off of that pull to 144, which was a really legitimate number there. Be more interested if we could pull down into the 130s. Ideally like 136 to 133. Just for a quick backside play. Yeah, open up at 660, wow. And another halt. So this is it. This is the Chinese behemoth of the day. It could be another one. But yeah, just amazing. Just didn't see any opportunity to to line up on it. That morning pull to 212, that would have been like the most ideal entry, but it was just a bit high up here for me. I'd like to see just at least somewhat of a red line or a pull to catch a better entry, but it just took off. It's just crazy. 246, it's like a triple. That's crazy. Okay, so anyways, this one looks like it's still working its way down. Let's see if we can catch a quick single in the low 130s. Looks like AEHL broke down a bit. Still AEHL again. Potentially into the 72s. Yes. 7156. Okay, so I took a quick trade at 71 and then sold it for a quick profit at 74 really fast. Just not too sure. Could get some follow through, but just wanted a quick backside play. Didn't catch the front sides. The back sides are always sketchier, but content with a little gain again for the day. So okay, we'll let that play out. We could hopefully get back up to like 80 and push through, but I don't know. Tough call. That's my first trade for the day. Second trade, I think I'm going to be a bit more patient and wait for one of those Chinese stocks to wake up on that momentum scanner. Let's see if we can get a similar pattern to yesterday. And hopefully this wasn't the only runner for the day, but that's absolutely insane. I haven't seen something like that in like years. I think it's just like, I don't know, 2022 or something like that. Just straight off the open, just multiplier. This is what would grow my account, my small account here. Just catch one of these multipliers. But the trick is just getting that entry. I attempted an entry here. Sometimes they break through $2, get to the low 190s, and then go. But this one just took off straight out the gate. Didn't even give a chance. Actually, maybe just a high first. high support. The 210 is a good number. I just went straight off of it, 212. But yeah, I mean, do the math if you're watching, like what you could do with this sort of move here. Like even if you put $100 on that, like just calculate. So you put $1,000 on that, that's, you know, that's a multi-$1,000 trade. Like a paycheck right there in just a couple minutes. Okay, so it looks like we got to bounce off the 140 to 150. This is kind of over for me because we're on the backside now. This is just madness. Like this could literally go up to $50 today, $50 plus. Like at least 20. I'm gonna call it. I think we're gonna hit at least 20 today on ZCMD. But there's just no chance to get in, especially with it being so halty. Good bounce off 140 for a backside play. I don't expect it to go higher than VWAP. I think it'll most likely fizzle out. Could kind of fizzle out down here and then maybe go for another round later. But yeah, pretty much over for me at least. What I'm looking for. But yeah, this was the play of the day. This was what I was looking for. I just didn't get a chance to get in. Although looking back, it does have good pre-market structure, good volume. It just wanted that pull into the 190s. But yeah, good news. I think these Chinese behemoths are here for the week, if not for the whole cycle. So it's just gonna be a matter of figuring out how to capitalize on them. Just digging in and seeing what type of company this is, like potentially what caused it, what the technicals look like pre-market, and then just trying to jump on one on Friday. Yeah. Again, I don't trade Thursdays. Thursday's my day off from trading. So yeah, got our first halt down. Looks like it's getting absorbed back up into the 5s, into the 6s now. it's cool to see just the massive potential within small cap. It's just getting so much volume, just so violent. It's just halting like crazy. We've seen that this week. These Chinese climbers, and they just keep halting. It's just because so much volume's pouring. I wish I knew what was causing this volume to pour into these things. I don't know who's investing in China. I don't know why, but ever since the Iran thing, I've seen a lot of action in the Golden Dragon Index. It's just like, I think the Chinese stocks. Hong Kong. Not sure why. Maybe just potentially China's economy is doing better than ours right now. But just huge, huge, huge runs. My goal right now has been to sort of build some padding up because I was starting with that 2K account. Had some decent trades last week and this week, so I have enough of a buffer, I think, at this point to go for some bigger amounts and actually utilize my stop loss and let trade play out a bit, and hopefully catch some of these bigger moves. I've just been trying to kind of get some profit, get some padding to provide that buffer. I think I'm at that point now, so hopefully, if not this week, later today or Friday, it can line up on one of those Chinese behemoths and let the account grow. That would be nice. And they're here, good to see. So the opportunities are here for sure. You just gotta figure out how to capitalize. Which is one of the more fun things about the stock market, is it's always changing. There's always new patterns and things to decipher. It's never the same. New trends, new patterns, just new behaviors. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to decipher. here, potentially a 127. If it breaks the structure and cracks through and does another kind of a panic like this, probably into the low, or actually like the 127 area, potentially low 120s. But I'm not going to mess with that today. Looks like kind of a choppy push on this one. Still a good trade. Like when we're looking at these low price stocks, just little movements, 2 cents, 3 cents here and there can really stack your account if you keep them consistent. Doesn't look like it, but you can make a lot if you're just consistent with little trades, little gains. For me, it's just served as good padding. Hopefully for some bigger moves. Lots of action on this one. It's just a little high price for me now. It's up in the 4s. Potential pull to 350s. Breaks the structure. It's looking pretty strong. So some trend traders might try to hit like maybe an entry right here around 4 and then push it up to a higher high. Like high 490s potentially. Let's see what that looks like. But for me, I like to see the big pulls. Because typically with the panics, there's a quicker move to the upside. Wow, hit the 7s. We're up to 63 at this point. There's that 136. But yeah, still definitely on the backside of this play. So I think the next step would be like 127. That might just fizzle out over the day. This is a US stock. It's not even within the sector that's moving right now. Okay, just gonna check my Asian stocks again. I just want to see something getting at least some volume. much else. This could have been the one for the day, just ZCMD here. Check my day twos real quick. Broke out. Buy has been a mover this week and last week. Still getting volume. Not as much. So yeah, I guess that's still pretty much it for the day. Unless something wakes up in about 20 minutes to an hour. That was kind of the next time frame that these Chinese stocks started moving yesterday. It would be crazy to take a backside on this one with how halty it is. But yeah, it could crack. I don't think it will crack. I think it'll keep pushing up. But we'll see. I don't know. It's either going to keep pushing up or break down probably the VWAP area here. 320s and then maybe give another backside push. But yeah, I don't know. So China Real Estate, which one did we say was real estate? Was it Duo? I think it was Duo. Okay. So I'm going to put an alert here and then probably check back in about an hour to see if anything is moving. Newly on the radar. I'm just using yesterday's time frame or like window of time. I'm just going to see what happens if I were to enter at 127. Looks like a decent trade, like 127, maybe up to 140. I could definitely crack through 130 there. But definitely not an A+, big mover. Especially it being a US stock and not Chinese right now. So just curious on that one. nothing else. Duo is still interesting because I want to see some volume come in, just because it fits the sector from yesterday. I just need some volume to confirm that it wants to move, because there's nothing so far this morning. So we'll see on that. Yeah, there's not much else for me. Potential pull here to like 63. There it is. It could break down really far. I just don't know where it's going, but I'm not gonna mess with it. Just put like an entry and see. Yeah, big spill off from 72. You saw that to like 64. But yeah, potentially 63 could be a good entry. There it goes, 63, 63. So I got that line there, and just to see what happens. I'm not gonna take the trade. I just got a big blast of green volume. Yeah, just curious. So yeah, not much. Just keep an eye out for some momentum for the next hour or so. I don't think I'm gonna keep recording because it's just gonna be sitting here pretty much doing other things. So yeah, I think I'll turn the recording back on if something pops up, but otherwise I think I'm just gonna close it now. So this could be the end, might not be, but either way, have a great day. Thank you for listening and watching.